At Dells Garden Center, it's spruce tip season, and in spruce tip season, we hold classes and do demonstrations for people on how to take their annual pots from summer and turn them into a holiday display. Spruce tips are a product that we get in from Canada and northern Minnesota about this time of year in late October, and they come in bundles of 10, and I will show you what you can do with these fabulous greens we call spruce tips. When you're constructing a container, you want to sort out through your bundle of 10 spruce tips and find some nice pieces that will create a point of interest for you in your container. And I normally cut off the lower branches, just create a nice stem for me to drive into the soil. And right inside of this pot is a pot of garden soil. You can use pea gravel, but we have found that the garden soil is easier to work in, and it's already available because of your annual planters you may have on your front porch or out on your back deck. So we use these pots of dirt, and we start building our spruce tip with these fabulous pieces. Generally, this size of pot will use 3 to 5 stems of spruce tip, and you kind of fluff them and work them, get them to the point where you think they're pretty. Stick them into your pot. Another element that we like to use in our designs are the birch poles. The birch poles come in various sizes from 3 foot up to 6 foot. I chose this size because it's proportionate to my container. And you want to drive those into the pot before you get too full with your other materials, because they are a chunky butt end of a birch pole, and it's tricky to get it into the ground. So you want to do that one of the first things you do. So I make a spot for that in the soil and dig it in a little bit, and then you want to tighten it and firm it up by pressing the soil around the birch pole. So now I've taken the 3 spruce tips, the 2 birch poles, and a lot of times we'll use 3, but my container's a little small, so I'm going to stop with just 2 birch poles. And then you start having fun with other types of greenery. This particular bundle is a long needle pine. Look how fabulous that is. And it has great movement. So we cut off some pieces out of our bundle and start creating a triangular formation with our pieces of greens, and then you fill in the points in the front and on the side. See how that starts to give a nice double layering of foliage, and by the time we get it all worked in, it's going to be a really great look. So you want to be aware of the size of your container and use proper quantities of foliage so that you have nice balance beyond the container. You want it to flare out. If you want to see it from all sides, you'll be aware of that and decorate on both sides. But a lot of times, your spruce tip containers are just set by the front door, so we use them as a 3-sided arrangement more often than not. And another type of foliage we like to use is the balsam fir. This is a beautiful branch that we take and make into roping here at Dells. The girls are in the back room with a roping machine, and they're creating miles of beautiful roping that you can hang around your entryway or business come holiday season, which is soon upon us. So we will be having classes with these spruce tip containers. You can bring your own container in, you can pick out a new one, and we'll have times that you can sign up with if you want to come alone or if you want to bring a group of friends or family. There's room for that as well. These classes run on the weekends through November, starting this coming weekend, November 3rd. So as you build your pot, once you have it full to your satisfaction, Then you want to introduce some other fun elements. A really popular item is this beautiful sugar pine cone. And we're going to embed that into our, need to shorten my stick a bit. Embed that into our display. I like to use sets of 3. You can get by with just 2 of these, but the 3 really makes a magnificent look. And this coloration of the pine cone picks up on the brown in our pot, our container, so that's a nice feature as well. And there we have 3 pine cones. And another nice addition is to choose a fun berry or some type of element that's a smaller texture and add some color. The berries work great for that purpose. So play with your stem of berries till you're happy with its look. Embed it into the sides of the container as well. And then add a little height of color like so. Another fun element we like to use are some type of stick, like a birch stick. And in this case, I'm going to use red twig dogwood. These come in nice little bundles that are appropriate in size for 1 or 2 displays of spruce tip design. And I'm probably going to just use half of this bundle, so it would leave another few branches for a smaller container or another one of equal size. So that just gives us an illusion of height. It's a nice combination with the birch pole and red twig dogwood, the spruce tip, the berry, the long needle pine, the cone. Then our finishing touch, I like to use a cluster of balls or else a bow. Bows are really fun to finish off the design as well. But I have found that these silver balls are pretty magnificent as a focal point. So you want to group those about in a triangular fashion. Like so. And then you have a finished display for your holiday decorating. Spruce Tips at Del's Garden Center. Come join the fun.